my god, look at how sexy that bread is. I kinda wanna fuck that bread. Oh, we're already recording? Oh shit. Isekai, the only genre of light novel Japan knows exists anymore. But we aren't talking about any normal trash isekai today. Oh no, we're talking about the isekai. The granddaddy, the pioneer, the trailblazer, the actual GOAT, Mushoku Tensei. Mushoku Tensei is without a doubt the best anime I've seen in 2021, and it quite possibly might be the best isekai I've ever seen. This show is the first time that I'm watching an isekai where it actually feels like it needs to be an isekai. Mushoku Tensei is at its core a redemption story and a chance at a second life, which is really what isekai should always be about. Guys, I swear, the show is better than the other shows. It doesn't use any of those tropes that they use. Hang on, what do you mean? Oh, you gotta be kidding. He gets truck-cooned?
Hello, bozo.
You win.
In this story, being reincarnated actually feels like a true second chance for our main character Rudy, instead of just being transported into another world and being instantly broken for absolutely no reason. Rudy carries all the legitimate trauma from his past, from being bullied to being rejected by his parents and from society. He truly develops and tries to overcome his past trauma and critical mistakes he made in his previous life. And while we typically see most isekai protagonists as incredibly overpowered self-inserts, he's an incredibly realistic take on a person who would be given a second chance at life. Before we get any further into the video, if you watch the whole thing and you enjoy it by the end of this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. The other extremely realistic part about this show is every goddamn character is horny. Main character, horny. Mom, horny. Sensei, horny. Maid, horny. Dad, horny. And I'm not gonna lie, the dude is built different. From the get-go, you can just tell Rudy is a massive perv. I mean, look at this face he's making. Surely at some point, he'll grow up and stop making that face, right?
You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude.
I know lots of you are going to bring up Rudy's actions as a huge problem for the story and a barrier that will keep a lot of people from watching, but hear me out. He's not that... In the beginning, he is pretty bad. When he first gets into this world, he treats women and other people like NPCs and characters in video games. But trust me, he does learn and develop into a person who does realize they're real people with flesh and blood and they can literally die. Like, dude, people die when they're killed. Let's be honest, it's not just Rudy who does questionable things. His dad is kind of a sack of shit. While he does seem to be trying to be a good father figure, he definitely has his flaws. I mean, the man cheats on his perfectly amazing wife. But without spoiling anything further, I will say Paul definitely becomes one of my favorite characters, especially in some of the later episodes. Let me put it this way, he reminds me of Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. Starts out, and he's pretty much a huge piece of shit. Jaime bangs his sister, Paul bangs the maid. But Jaime has this amazing redemption arc that really made him become one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones. He had a near perfect character arc, and he almost came full circle until the writers decided they wanted to take a fat shit on him at the end of Game of Thrones. Roxy is a very likable character and a great introduction to the outside world, and she also serves as a perfect mentor for Rudy. But her character absolutely shines even more when we learn about her origin and backstory. And then we have Eris. She's just a perfect example on how to write a tsundere. When we first meet her, she basically hates Rudius and she's a complete spoiled brat. And without even noticing it, 10 episodes later, she's become one of my favorite characters. And that's one thing that I've realized that makes some characters so great. You initially don't even like their character at all, but somehow, over time, without even realizing it, you really start to enjoy them. Then there's Ruijerd. just a complete fucking badass. That's all you need to know. Everyone has these internal conflicts and extremely present flaws, and in my opinion, it reflects the people of the real world much more accurate than your typical anime. It's these details in these characters that make them feel so real and relatable. One complaint about this show is that there isn't a clear direction for the plot, but I think it works well as an invitation for intrigue. The world is so massive and expansive, there's just so much to explore, and this show really gets you immersed in this world. From the magic system, to the sword styles, to the guilds, everything feels just so much more thoughtful and well presented than any other isekai. Mushoku Tensei does an amazing job of introducing us to this world and just trickling information to us without it feeling overwhelming. The flow and pacing are absolutely on point for how much material they feel like they're covering, and it really just feels like we're hitting the tip of the iceberg for this story. And that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else to talk about. Oh yeah, I forgot. The production quality is fucking incredible. Studio Bind is the production studio behind Mushoku Tensei, and they are absolutely crushing it. From the fluid animation in Sakuga, to the beautiful soundtrack, to the sound design, and even the voice acting, everything is absolutely top tier. It's one of those anime where you can just feel the passion from the team working on it. Look, I'm not here to trash other isekai, because I do enjoy quite a few. I am here to tell you that you're missing out on the potential anime of the year, and maybe even the best isekai ever, if you don't watch Mushoku Tensei: A Jobless Reincarnation.